I know it's not where you guys want to be, but how much do you enjoy the opportunity to potentially play spoiler tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we know the importance of this game for them, and but we just want to finish on a good note for the fans at home here, and yeah, finish off with a win at our last game of the season at home.
What can you take away from playing against a desperate team at this point in the season?
It's gonna be tough. I mean, if it's gonna be physical, they're desperate. So if we're not ready tonight, it's gonna be a tough game for us.
Does it feel like a kind of measuring stick game to kind of see where your team's at versus a team that's on the precipice of the playoffs?
I definitely think it's a good test for us because they're gonna bring it. So we need to be ready from puck drop. Otherwise, they'll just roll over us. So be ready. Ready for pretty much a playoff game.
Extra motivation with so many former teammates on the other side too.
Definitely. I mean, there's a few that's played here, so that's some extra motivation.
You've hit so many standards this year, Petey. What has it meant to you? I know you're driven to win, but you certainly reached some performance standards. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. I've been putting a lot of time in the off season, and I always want to get better every day and every season. So obviously, personally, I'm very happy the way I've performed this year, but obviously we'd rather be in a playoff spot.
I would think a player like you, something that resonates with you is being right up there in block shots on the team and fewest giveaways, things of that nature, things that really go into a complete player.
Yeah. I'm just trying to do my part and be a player the coaches and the team can rely on, and yeah.
You were the first guy from your draft class to hit 300 career points. What does that mean to you? There were like 10 centers taken in that first round in 2017. What did it mean to you to be the first one to get to that?
No, that always feels good. Yeah. I think a lot of players say they don't care, but I think everyone has an ego. So I'm not going to stand there and lie. So, of course, it feels good. So, yeah, something I'm a little happy about.
We all thought that maybe you were capable of like 40 goals and maybe say 80 points this year, and here you are so close to 100. And you think of the Sedins reaching 100 and Marcus reaching 100. What would it mean to you to get to 100 points here to end it out? It
would feel good. Something I would be happy about. But points don't come when I think about points, so I just gotta focus on have a good game and hopefully they'll come.
When you have 3 coaches in kind of a season and a half. I asked Quinn yesterday about, that headlock he put on. He said, I don't even know what I was doing. It's been a long year. Do you feel that way in some sense, as much as you've accomplished a lot, that it's been a long, tough year for this?
It's been a season with a lot of headlines, I guess. So, but I mean, it's stuff we can control. I can control just my effort and my game of play.
We're at that time of year. Would you consider playing for Sweden in the World Hockey Championship?
Definitely, it's something I've thought about. Still haven't made a decision. We'll see. Make the decision after the season.
But the leadership group is really interesting because Rick made a point of getting you and Quinn involved and having wearing a letter. What has it meant to you?
It's playing wise, it hasn't changed at all. But just it feels good to know they believe in you. Put a letter on my chest, so take some more responsibility. Yeah.
Have you reached the players like to fiddle with their sticks? Have you reached the right flex rate at I think 87? Is that the magic number
for now it is. For now I think it feels good. Like the flex, but I'm also gonna try get stronger and faster in the off season. So maybe I'll have to go up if I feel the flex stick is too whippy. But that's something I'll.
It's every day is a learning experience. Every day a player has an opportunity, and that's the way we look at it. There's another opportunity for guys to go up against a desperate team, obviously a team that's fighting for their lives. And regardless of who's in a lineup, you put people in spots to see how they react off this stuff. So for me, it's just a new day to get better.
We in the media use the word spoiler a lot. Like, does that figure into your planning and preparation about like what you could do to Calgary's playoff chances?
I think it's a fun approach to go and, hey, like, whether it's not personal, it's Calgary or Edmonton, or it doesn't matter who the team is. To me, is you're playing a competitive game and you're trying to win the game. And somebody's going to be happy, Winnipeg's going to be loving us or hate us, or Calgary's going to love us. It really doesn't matter who you're playing. It's the approach of, hey, we're playing a desperate team that's fighting for their lives. We're not. Can we somewhat get something out of it tonight? That's the way I would approach the game, or I want to approach the game.
Yeah. 3 and 4 nights on the road next week isn't great in terms of what it's going to have to exact from a team, but from a coaching perspective, you can't think of probably a better way to finish out back-to-backs than AZ, just in terms of your evaluation process.
Yeah, evaluation. I know a lot of us are ready to start the plan, the summer plan. I mean, it's already been in the works for guys. So, this is just you play the games, like I said, to get something out of it. You put some guys in certain situations. You got some young college kids in the lineup, see what they do, that sort of stuff. You want your leader guys to finish strong. But then, obviously the evaluation and the planning is already, it's started.
Some of the players are sort of hinting about the World Championship. What would that mean for some of your guys to keep playing?
Yeah, I think it's different for every player. Some players, I've played the World Championship once. I don't think you can judge a guy whether he goes or not. It's a preference for whatever reason. Some guys need that extra. I think the World Championship starts 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks. So, what do you do from now? And then you play that. It's probably a month long, and so you get a late start in your training. For some guys, they don't really need that much. Maybe some guys are going to need it. So I think it's an individual decision, and you got to make the right decision, because you might be a guy that might need the extra 2 months to get stronger.
What did it do for you?
Well, I was always in the playoffs, so it was just kind of no, I'm not trying to be conceited. It's just that it was great to stay in that competitive hockey. Paul Coffey was a close friend of mine, so we went together and had a lot of. It was good. It was fun to go. It was in Bern, Switzerland.
Who were your alignments?
I had Stevie Yzerman and who was that thing? Was it Russ Cornell? It was a good line. Yeah, it was fun. Well, Stevie Yzerman, I mean, Jesus.
So you knew your role.
Yeah. I don't mind that 12-hour flight if you're going to play with Stevie Yzerman.
What do you do in goal tonight?
Demmer. And then Deals. We'll probably play. We'll get him a couple games here for sure.
And you had 13 forwards on the ice yesterday at practice. Can you tell us who is?
I'm going to stay with Kratzy tonight. I thought he was better last game. Probably move him around. Like to see him with maybe Petey some shifts tonight. So this is, like I said, this is the time to put people in different situations.
The guys are smart. They know, they look around, they see who's in and who's out. Sometimes you don't even have to vocalize the message when the guys, players in the room say, well, geez, he's not in tonight. And then he gets players, they know what's going on, right?
Yeah, but I still think it's an obligation of a coach to always give a player where he stands. I don't like surprising guys. If a guy's not playing well, and you like to get to him a little bit early. Hey, listen, I need to see some more, or I'm going to have to bump you down. I'd like to give those guys a little bit of warning. I'm not a big surprise guy. All of a sudden, the guy shows up because he might be think he's playing well, right. And if it's on me to make sure that he understands where he stands as a player.
Is Bud Colson's ailment going to keep him from being papered for the playoffs in the American League?
What's that, 2 weeks away, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't. He hasn't seen a lot of proof in the last couple of days. I think he's a little bit frustrated, but it's not a major thing. So I think some of these injuries, sometimes they take a little bit longer, but then they're good. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I think he's headed towards that. That date.
Yeah. Anything with that, you got to be careful.
No, not structurally. It's fine. No, it's just more of a sometimes, ligaments or tends take longer than actually a break sometimes. Yeah. So then they bounce back pretty quick.
Okay. Rick Dunn scored against Calgary. Does he get back into the lineup tonight?
No, Kratzy will be in for him.
Okay,
Yeah.